are you today? From the biggest stars I've ever imagined to you, our ever loyal viewers. And hang on tight, guys, because this is my first time. Here we go. Everybody set? Seatbelts on?
Yes, good evening. We are here. We are live. Thank you so much for joining us for the 2021 Virtual Inspiration Awards. My name is Rick Campanelli. You might remember me as the guy who experimented with frosted tips all those years ago on Much Music. Yes, I'll never be able to live that one down. They even used it in the promo video right there. Or as the co-host of Entertainment Tonight Canada, it is so amazing to be here. I am so thrilled to be here. We're live. Live, everybody. High atop the nation's capital at the Delta Hotel in beautiful downtown Ottawa. Yeah. Yeah, you can make noise for that. It's alive. We have people here. This is amazing. You're going to meet them. I want to welcome everyone joining us from across our great community, our great province, and our great country of Canada. We're joined together, bound by one common goal: to support mental health care and research, to support a cornerstone organization in our nation's capital, the Royal. This evening, you'll meet 5 brave members of our community who are working hard to reduce stigma and raise awareness around mental health. Today is about community. It's about sharing these stories, inspiring hope, and making a difference. So go ahead right now, introduce yourselves in the global chat feature and show your support for mental health. By now, you might realize that you can no longer hear the guests at your table and that you have been muted. If this is not the case, please mute your microphone now to ensure that there's no audio feedback and that you're able to hear the inspiring stories that will be shared tonight. You can still communicate with those at your table through your private table chat or universally with all attendees through the global chat under the video player. You got that? All right. At the midway point now in tonight's program, there will be a networking break where you'll be magically unmuted, or you can unmute your microphone to chat with your table, or you can travel virtually to visit guests at another table. This is the world we live in now. This will also be a great time to purchase your tickets for tonight's 50/50, sponsored by Tech Insights. Your presence here tonight is helping ensure our community has the right programs and tools to support mental health needs of one another. Tonight would not be possible with the support of our incredible sponsors. 2021 marks TD's 8th year as the presenting sponsors of the Royals Inspiration Awards. This is a tremendous demonstration of their commitment to the cause of mental health. To kick off our special evening, I'd like to introduce Ms. Tara Lynn Hughes, Senior Vice President of TD Canada Trust.
Good evening, everyone. What a night. Even a pandemic can't stop the Royal Inspiration Awards Gala from forging ahead. On behalf of all of my colleagues at TD, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with you celebrating virtually this evening. TD has proudly been the presenting sponsor of this event for the last 7 years, a celebration like no other that recognizes the tireless efforts of mental health advocates in our community. The one word that sums it all up for me is inspiration. All of the nominees here tonight have faced incredible challenges head on, and they have such important stories to tell. And through their struggles and their advocacy, they inspire us all. I know tonight will be filled yet again with inspiration. It will be a humbling and rewarding experience, and it reinforces just how important it is for each of us to be promoting an open dialogue about mental health. At TD, we're committed to being part of this conversation, and we're so proud to partner with the Royal in recognizing tonight's nominees for their efforts to do exactly that. So to all of our nominees and award recipients, congratulations on this very well-deserved recognition. And of course, a big thank you to each of you for lending your support to such an important cause with your presence here tonight. Take care, everyone, and be well.
All right, thank you so much, Tara Lynn and TD. Now, over the past few years, through the Royals Youth Video Contest, hundreds of people have lent their voices and creative talent to help reduce the stigma of mental illness. For 2021, the contest took on a new look and feel, and thanks to innovative technology, opened up the voting experience to people from around the world. The DIFD Flip the Lens on Stigma Youth Video Contest reached as far as Yemen this year. Let's meet our sponsors and winners in both the English and French categories.
Good evening. My name is Peter Tuck, Regional Vice President at Black McDonald. On behalf of Black McDonald, I am honored to announce that the winner of the English Flip the Lens on Stigma Youth Video Contest is Andreas Miha. Congratulations, Andreas. Let's check out your video.
Hey, Dad. I'm calling to say goodbye. Things are gonna be different now. But don't worry. Things will be better. So I'll see you after rehab. Thanks for being there for me.
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Michel Rodrigue. Au nom de la Commission de la santé mentale du Canada, je suis fier d'annoncer la gagnante du concours Vidéo Jeunesse, point de mire sur la stigmatisation, Isabelle Legal. Félicitations Isabelle. Nous allons maintenant visionner votre vidéo.
Que tes journées se passent comme ceci. Ou plutôt comme cela. Peu importe. Ne cache pas tes émotions derrière ton masque. Libère-les. Parle à quelqu'un.
Such amazing, such powerful videos. Congratulations, Isabelle, Andreas, and thank you to Black and McDonald and the Mental Health Commission of Canada for sponsoring such a creative initiative. Tonight, we will pay tribute to an exceptional group of leaders for mental health. This evening, you will meet 5 extraordinary award recipients who are making a difference in our community. They are feet away from me. Are you ready to meet them? Well, it's time to give away our first award. Please meet Charlotte Smith.
Looking at my life today, it's hard to believe I was ever a homeless youth, addicted to drugs, having to steal and do sex work to survive. Through chance and the help of a couple good people, I was eventually able to exit the streets. I've done really well at Carleton University, but I also feel guilty because I left so many friends behind. I thought university would help me go back and save them, but many are dead now. One thing uni has done is let me transform my past into something useful that might help others. It's where I first started speaking about homelessness. Together with youth, we've started a peer group called LiveX Alliance. I'm all about finding ways to get youth involved in social change because helping other people has been a huge part of my own healing journey.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Melissa Kroon, and on behalf of CAUD, I am very honored to present the 2021 Inspiration Award in the personal category to Charlotte Smith. Congratulations, Charlotte. You're truly an inspiration to us all.
I'm going to start the clapping. Charlotte, what an incredible story. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On receiving the award. First of all, I guess, basically describe for us a day and a night of a homeless youth.
Yeah, I mean, it's as if, you know, it's like being in survival mode all the time. You know, I often hear people complaining that people who are experiencing homelessness, you know, they're unemployed, they're lazy, they don't want to work. It's just not true, you know. You work harder than ever when you're on the streets. You know, it's like being unsafe no matter where you go. Even if you can find a shelter to put over your head occasionally, it's unsafe. You know, it's like being invisible to many people and then hyper visible to some very few people who want to take advantage of you. You know, it's like wanting help some of the time and it's not available when you need it. And it's really difficult.
That I can't imagine. Most of us watching can't imagine. What do you think was the key driver to pulling yourself out of that world, out of the addiction that you were dealing with?
I don't think that our society is set up in a way that people can just pull themselves out of addiction or homelessness, and that's really unfortunate. I mean, a lot of why I'm here tonight is luck, and a lot of kind people who have helped me along the way and who continue to help me today, right? You know, I'm sitting here, but I'm still struggling with mental health, and I still have issues with substance use. You know, and it's not so much about people having to pull themselves out of it as that, you know, how can we help support people in the place they're in right now? And sometimes that's supporting them in using substances safely, and there's not enough of that available.
Yeah. Tell us a bit more about what you're doing right now.
Right now, we've kind of formed a group called the LiveX Alliance. That's a group of peers, youth and adults with lived experience of homelessness and adult allies. When the pandemic started, we were doing hamper deliveries and supplies deliveries. We try to do peer support and just general outreach. We try to connect with as many youth as possible. And sometimes even parents will contact us and say, you know, my son or daughter is homeless, can you please try to reach them? And we just do whatever we can, but more than anything, I think it's about connection. You know, good mental health or healthy mental health or however you want to say it, you know, you do need professional supports, and a lot of time they're not available, but the other half of good mental health is having a, you know, a genuine support network that's just there for you of informal peers. So we just try to do that.
Lastly, this Inspiration Award, you were so inspirational. But what does this award mean to you?
Well, I mean, it's a reminder that lots of my friends didn't live long enough to get an award like this. For me, it motivates me to just keep going and to try and do even better, right? I know I have eyes on me, and I don't want to let people down. I don't want to misrepresent mental health or homelessness. And it just means that I have to keep working and try harder and do whatever I can to help.
You're amazing. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Continue to do what you're doing. You're doing great things for a lot of people out there. And we really appreciate you being here tonight to receive your Inspiration Award.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. Excellent stuff. We all know that better research leads to better care. Next up, I want you to meet Dr. Jennifer Phillips.
For over a decade now, I've been fascinated by the brain and in discovering the biological underpinnings of mental health. As a scientist, I have the privilege and honor to dedicate myself to helping people have a brighter day and hopeful tomorrow. One suicide is one too many. My work focuses on depression and suicide prevention. I get to work with brilliant colleagues, trainees, and clients at the Royal who are also fascinated about the possibilities research can bring. Innovative research will help us find better treatments in mental health. I'm so proud of the work we're doing.
Good evening. I'm Caroline Workman, Organizational Health Consultant at Canada Life. On behalf of Canada Life, I'm so proud to present the 2021 Inspiration Award in the Young Researcher category to Dr. Jennifer Phillips. Congratulations, Jennifer. Thank you for your important research.
All right, Dr. Phillips, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. That is a beautiful award.
It is, yeah.
Well, let's start right there. What does this beautiful Inspiration Award mean to you?
It's really meaningful, I think, because it's a team effort. I think nobody does research by themselves. And this award really represents a kind of everyone that I've worked with throughout my career and that I'm still working with, mentors, collaborators, friends, trainees that I have the privilege to mentor. So I think, it's really meaningful because it's a recognition of the work we're doing at the Royal. And it's pretty great.
And please elaborate on that work that you do at the Royal for us.
Yeah, so I work in depression and suicide prevention, and largely we're trying to uncover biological underpinnings and consequences of depression. So for many people that have depression, they may not find that they're responding to the treatments that are available. And so we really want to try to better understand what the impact that their depression, if it's prolonged, might have on their brain or on their body even, in terms of exposure to stress. So we're using brain imaging technology and really trying to better understand depression itself, so that could lead to better treatments.
Okay, the next question is going to be a two-parter.
Sure.
Where has your research brought us to or taken us to, and where do you see you and your team going in the next 5 to 10 years?
Okay, well, something we've been working on lately is novel treatments for depression. There's been some big breakthroughs in recent years targeting different aspects of depression, different parts of the brain, different mechanisms. And I think we're doing something that's called biomarker research. We're looking for specific biological markers. And I think that our hope really in the field is that this may lead to better identification of which treatments somebody might best respond to. I'm also working in suicide. We might be able to identify people who are at higher risk of suicide. So really trying to bring mental health to where other fields of medicine already are in terms of having better markers. Yeah.
Who inspired you to get involved with this work, and who inspires you today?
Again, I think the people I'm working with, colleagues, mentors, are really inspirational, as well as the clients, the patients, the participants in our research are extraordinarily inspiring. They're the ones that are dealing with these mental health issues. They're the ones that are trying whatever they can to get better. And I think that's always going to be inspiring when we are able to see them recover, and we are able to see some, even biologically, we are able to see some recovery and improvement in what we're measuring in the brain, and that is really inspirational. Yeah.
Keep up the amazing work. You
Thank
do
you.
such great things, Dr. Phillips. Again, congratulations. Thanks for being here with us this evening, and yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Next up, I want you to meet a youth who has overcome all odds to be here with us today. Meet Samantha Nadon.
I have lived in a world familiar with mental illness for as long as I can remember. Watching loved ones suffer significantly affected my personal growth and mental wellness. Most days, I felt there was nothing to live for, and I used substances, withdrew socially, and dropped out of high school. When I became pregnant, I committed to turning my life around. My children saved my life, and I reached out for support. Each day, I try to support or mentor someone and continue to be a positive role model for others, especially my 3 little girls.
Bonsoir, mon nom est Louis-Alexandre Lantier. Je suis directeur principal des affaires gouvernementales pour le CN. On behalf of CN, I am honored to be with you this evening, virtually of course. Mental health is extremely important for CN. When we consider safety to be a core value for our company, it includes the mental health of our team and their families. This is why I am so pleased to present the 2021 Inspiration Award in the youth category to Samantha Nadon. Félicitations, Samantha. You are a true inspiration to us all.
All right, Samantha, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to clap for you. Beautiful stuff. Okay, let's get right down to it. When did you realize you needed help?
So at first I was pregnant, I became pregnant with my first daughter, and I actually didn't reach out for help right away. I removed myself from toxic environments, and I isolated myself with my partner, and I had heard about Uville Center through some family members, and I was looking about going there when I finally gave birth.
Okay.
But after giving birth, I actually struggled with postpartum depression and anxiety, and I became pregnant with my second daughter.
Okay.
So I decided that when I finally gave birth after, I'd go to Uville, and after giving birth, I actually became homeless, and when I was a young mother with now 2, I decided it was finally time to reach out for help and went to Uville Center. So.
Wow, that is like extreme of extreme.
Yeah.
After 2 children. And you have another child.
And now
too,
I have a
right?
3-month-old.
3-month-old.
Yeah.
All girls?
Yeah, all girls.
Wow. That's an amazing story. You're a tough woman. It sounds like you would have went to great lengths to do it on your own if need be.
Of course, anything.
But we realized at some point, we do need the help.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the help that you did receive from the center that you were at?
So when I went to Uville Center my first year, it was a little rough. I had trouble reaching out for counseling at first, but it was in my second year I started in a group called Sources of Strength, and it's all about empowering young women and looking at the positive side of mental health and reaching out for help. And I very much found my place there, helping other young youth finding their place as well.
Good for you. Can you describe how you connect with other youth about mental health?
So I constantly, at school, remind my peers that it's okay to go to counseling, and it's sometimes we can't do it on our own. We have to reach out for that help because we wouldn't have the resources that sometimes other people might have.
Yeah. That you learn through other people.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And it really is the best therapy,
Yeah.
the best medicine. Talking to other people, learning what we can through other people, getting the tools and the advice we need for our lives through other people.
Of course.
I'm not putting words in your mouth, but it's a simple. It seems like that makes sense. So what does it mean to you then, Samantha, to be not only a role model to your 3 young children, but all the youth out there who may be experiencing what you lived through?
I can help fight the stigma against mental health, and I can, through my daughters, teach them that it's okay to reach out for help, and it's okay to tell your friends that it's okay to reach out for help, and hopefully through them they will go on to do great things as well.
Beautiful. You were saying that your husband's at home right now with the 3 little girls, but he must be so proud of you and what you've been able to live through.
At first, I didn't think it was that, because the award to me, it comes very easy, mental health. It was hard to look at it from a point of view where you're helping multiple people, and not everyone looks at that as it's comes so easy. And he helped me see that, this is a big thing, and I should be proud that I'm able, it comes so easy.
Good. You guys can do date night some other night.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your story with us. I wish you all the best in your future with your family. Congratulations on your Inspiration Award this evening. Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you.
Oh, that was an amazing first half of tonight's program. Congratulations again to Charlotte, to Jennifer, to Samantha here. Before we head into our dinner break, I want to introduce you to our good friends at Tech Insights, strong supporters of mental health and the sponsor of the Royals 50/50 draw. All right, quickest dinner ever, right? Welcome back, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed your dinner and were able to catch up with some old friends. Now, this is just a reminder to mute your microphones for the best possible viewing experiences, please. The Royals 50/50 lottery is now closed. We will announce the winning number and the winning amount at the end of tonight's program. I would now like to hand it over to Jane Dusher, Chair of the Inspiration Awards and a Royal Ottawa Foundation board member, to say a few words. Jane?
Thanks so much, Rick, and good evening to everyone. Hello to all of you at home. Congratulations to all of our amazing award recipients. It's been such an incredible evening already, and I feel honored to be here. I know I speak on behalf of all of the Royal Foundation board members and our Inspiration Awards Committee when I express my gratitude and pride for the outstanding work that each of you are doing to help reduce stigma around mental health and the research for new treatments. When we think about inspiration, what inspires us most are those ordinary people who have done extraordinary things, like Charlotte, Michael, Samantha, Jennifer, and Benoit. We appreciate it when someone has the ability and willingness to be selfless, creative, innovative, or just dares to be different. Think Mandela, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr. Each of them were ordinary people who decided that the world needed their help. True leaders who believed that they could change the world and who, despite nearly impossible odds and tremendous opposition, weren't afraid to try. What inspires us are the people who do something better for humanity in their own small corner of the world. They don't need headlines or accolades. They need only to know that they stepped up to make things better. The work being done by the nurses, physicians, and researchers at the Royal inspires us each and every day. The work being done by our frontline healthcare workers across our wonderful and caring community, we are grateful and thankful to all of you this year for sure. As the Royal launches their 5-year strategy around access, hope, and new possibilities, there will be countless milestones and moments ahead for all of us to celebrate. Just think about all that inspiration that lies ahead. Before I introduce our next guest, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us virtually tonight, or to those of you here lucky enough to celebrate these amazing award recipients. Your support enables breakthroughs in mental health research. Your support ensures that the Royal is here to care for people in our own community when they need it the most. Thank you again. I'd now like to introduce a young woman who embodies the spirit of inspiration and hope. Sharing her spoken word message on mental health, please welcome Kayla Robbins.
I have feelings. I have anxious ones. The ones that have to do with anxiety, my mind me, that I can't put behind me. The feelings that can make me happy. The feelings that can make me despised. Or the feelings that could leave me very traumatized. And I don't just have these feelings outside my body, I have them inside too. And maybe they're inside you. So talk to someone about these feelings. Your mom, your dad, or a friend I might add. Feelings that we cannot explain. Feelings that are stuck inside our brain. My feelings are bouncing off the walls. In my heart and during my important Zoom calls. Feelings that creep up behind you like the monster under your bed. Feelings that are stuck in you like the songs inside your head. Because we have feelings, our minds and us, that we can't keep inside of us. So what are we supposed to do? You can talk to me, and I can talk to you.
Yes, Kayla. Yeah. Make some noise. Kayla, that was so good. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you for sharing your poem and inspiring us to all speak up and speak out about how we're feeling. Wonderful stuff. You can take your seat if you'd like. I didn't ruin your focus, did I? When I walked back into position here, she's on it. So focused. Okay, I'd like now to you to meet a man whose courage to reach out for help is why he's able to be with us here today. Please meet Michael Dixon.
As someone who has worked in funeral service for 30 years, I see every day my fair share of tragedy. I see how cruel human beings can be to one another. As someone challenged by depression for as long as I can recall, even coming close to taking my own life 5 years ago. Mental illness is not a death sentence. And with the right people around you, you can change the world that you live in. That's why we started Funeral Professionals Peer Support for funeral professionals across North America. Silence is a dangerous side effect of mental illness. Speaking openly is a big, small step down the path of getting help.
Good evening. My name is Brent Strawn, Division President for Minto Communities here in Ottawa. For the past 15 years, Minto has been one of the proud sponsors of the Inspiration Awards. Over that period of time, we've been privileged to meet some amazing people with truly inspiring stories. Tonight, on behalf of the entire Minto team, I'm honored to present the 2021 Inspiration Award to Michael Dixon in the community category. Congratulations, Michael. You truly are an inspiration.
All right, Michael, well done.
Thank you.
Looking sharp tonight.
Well, so are you.
Look, twins over here. So good. I know your story. You obviously know your story. Hope you don't mind sharing it tonight. Can you take us back to the morning of January 7th, 2016? Tell us a bit about that morning and how you remember feeling.
Well, you know, there's always been, you know, suicide thoughts or attempts, but this one I had really planned for.
Really?
And I did what I normally did, woke up, kissed my wife goodbye, drove my son to school, and went off into a park, and basically played Russian roulette with my life. I couldn't get out of my car. Something was holding me back, and I decided that I would make a call.
Yeah.
And I decided to call my doctor, and I said to myself, well, if somebody answers, I'm going to get help. And if I have to leave a message, I'm just going to walk off into the forest. And I phoned my doctor, and a nurse picked up the phone.
Wow. And that did it right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That was just over 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Tell us how you've changed in those last 5 years, and because it sounds like to me you were at the lowest of the low, obviously right there, and meeting you earlier tonight. There's a big smile on your face. Your wife is with us tonight, with you, accompanying you. It's a world of difference, isn't it, that you're living in these days?
It totally is. I decided, you know, I was trying to run my life, and obviously I wasn't doing a good job of it. So. Just giving your life to somebody else to help guide you through things, and then just reaching out to people and being very, very open about what was going on in my life, and really, you know, just being totally selfish in my own recovery, and that's basically what people have to do.
Yeah. Can you tell us what does success look like for your support group?
Certainly, we had. One thing I found was, you know, when I reached out to people and I was very open with people I worked with, and I always got the same comment. I always got, hey, you know, can I, you know, I always got, hey, congratulations, we're really proud of you, but hey, can I talk to you later on? And, you know, people were kind of saying, well, you know what, I'm feeling just like you. Yeah. You know, I just can't take it anymore. And so a group of us, beautiful people, put together a peer support network here in Ottawa. There was no other funeral service peer support in North America, and we just kind of had to build this from the ground up. Mm-hmm. And then people in Canada started to hear about it, and we were Canadian Funeral Peer Support. And since COVID, and even before COVID, people in the U.S. have heard about us, and we've actually, we're branching out into the United States now, so we're now Funeral Professionals Peer Support.
Wow. You could have, from that day forward, after getting the help, just gone on, lived a somewhat normal life, but you've committed yourself to advocacy. Thank you for doing so.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of us thank you, but why do you think that?
Well, you know, I think we're all born with a gift, and you know, we're all born with something inside of us to do good and to do better. And time has come now where we just can't rely on others anymore. We can't rely on our government to fix the mental health crisis we have in this country. It comes from people like myself and the other award recipients here today, and people that have won this award in the past and in the future. It's up to us to make that difference.
Yeah, don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing. And that goes for all 5 of you here tonight. Thank you for being here. Congratulations on your Inspiration Award, Michael, and continued success to you
so
and your family and your group, okay?
Thanks.
Our last award tonight, yeah, you can clap. I heard a clap over there. Why not? For sure. Great story. Our last award tonight is in the transformational category. Now, this award is given to an organization or an individual who has inspired mass impact with their mental health advocacy and education. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet Dr. Benoit Antoine Bécon.
I've had a strange life. My parents, and my father especially, were fighting their own demons, so I grew up in a dysfunctional, confusing, abusive home. And growing up, I always thought that once I left the house, I'd be immediately free to live a life of truth and beauty. But like my sister said to me, when you come from where we come from, you don't come out shining. So yeah, I was depressed. I was struggling for a long, long time. Lots of substance use. People think that substance use is a problem, but from the perspective of the user, it's an attempted solution that keeps you going. Honestly, I'm not completely sure what turned it around towards healing and slowly becoming whole. My daughter was born, and that's the biggest incentive to try to do better. I think I was lucky. I met the right people. I was able to trade my bad habits for theirs. And one of those habits was to serve in leadership roles, which I've been doing for 13 years now, and that's been an integral part of my ongoing recovery. As president of Carleton, I feel a responsibility to be truthful about my own mental health journey so that the students, staff, faculty who are struggling know they're not alone. So to everyone that come from a traumatic past or are struggling currently, I want to say, you're stronger than you know, you deserve help, and even with 7 arrows through the heart, healing is always possible.
Good evening. My name is Erin Oliver, and I'm the Vice President of Health, Safety, and Sustainability at Modern Niagara. On behalf of Modern Niagara, I'm honored to present the 2021 Transformational Inspiration Award to Dr. Benoit Antoine Bécon. Congratulations, Benoit, and thank you for the courage in sharing your story.
All right. Dr. Benoit, right here,
hey,
to
Rick.
my left. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Very good. But all these stories have been so incredibly inspiring. Your story here is none different. I want you to describe your childhood, what you were able to overcome back then, and as you got older in life, and then the relationship with your parents, your family in general.
I've been thinking about my parents a lot this week. They've both passed away now. They were fighting their own demons, their own history. And as a result of that, they were not in the best space to raise children or to build a family. So it was dysfunctional. It was confusing. It was parts of it were tyrannical and abusive. It was not fun, right?
Yeah.
And when you go through that, you think in your mind, you go, as soon as I'm old enough, I'm going to get out of here and lead a beautiful life. But that's not what happens because you've been conditioned to think about yourself in the wrong way. You've been conditioned to think that you're a shameful person or an ineffective person, and you've been conditioned to think that the world's dangerous. And if you're ashamed and afraid, you're not prepared to create beauty in the world. In fact, you're suffering and you need help, and that requires a journey to heal from that.
But in days like that, you also resort to things that take you through and get you through those days, right?
Sure. Well, so that's a good phrase to take you through, right? If you use substances, people will tend to say, well, that's a problem. But from the perspective of the user, it's an attempted solution. You don't choose a beautiful life for the substance. You choose terrible pain and possibly choosing to end your life for the substances, right?
So that brings me to the question, when did you realize along that journey back then that the substance abuse was becoming a big problem?
Well,
after it becoming a solution in your mind? When did it?
Again, you know, it's not that it's a problem. It's that it's what you have to do to keep going.
Or hitting a wall, or coming to the end of a road.
For me, it went the other way around, right? I think through a chance of luck and meeting the right people, I was able to start trading some of the things that I was doing for some of the things that they were doing, like running. I think I mentioned the video, or singing, or serving in leadership roles, and then the veil of depression starts to lift, and then you realize, you know, you might not need to drink or to use substances, and it sets about a virtuous circle and a journey of healing where you realize at some point that you don't need it at all. That's how it happened for me. But I'm very lucky. You know, I'm blessed.
Yeah, no doubt. This young man to my left is the president of a major university in this country.
Isn't that surreal?
That's amazing, first of all. Wonderful stuff. 3 years ago, you became president of Carleton University.
Yeah.
And along the same time, you've been very public with your life and what you've lived through. What was your inspiration for taking that approach to things?
First, you know, let me say, I think that could have only happened at Carleton University, and that tells you something about the nature of that community. I was honest in my interview. I thought they're looking for a president. They deserve to know who this president is.
Yeah. Honesty is the
so I
best
told
policy.
that story in my interview, and they called me back to my greatest surprise. You know, I was shocked. They called me back, and then they offered me the job. And to me, it was important to open, honest conversations about mental health and substance use, because I know that in our community of 40,000, a lot of people are struggling. And that's a place where I've been. And I'm always hoping that when they hear me speak, they realize that they're not alone. You don't have to suffer alone. And that they deserve help. Everybody deserves help. And especially healing is always possible.
Would you have loved to have been a fly on the wall after your meeting was done with those board members to hear what they were talking about?
Oh, I have a good sense of what went down there. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You've admitted...
It's funny when you think about it.
Yeah. You want to share it with us?
Well, you know, I can't. It's a question for my board chair, I guess. But that, you know...
We'll get them in here next.
People expect a certain set of answers at an interview, and you can always tell people what you think they expect to hear, or you can say what is important to you. You can go on a limb and say, I'm going to tell the truth, and you can make of it what you will. But it's to their immense honor and credit that instead of saying, that's not what we expect, they thought about it, and they decided they'd go with it. To me, that's incredible, and that tells you everything you need to know about Carleton University.
You've inspired so many people out there to approach a job interview, and you got to be genuine, you got to be real, you got to tell the truth. Honesty is the best policy.
I'm not recommending that anybody follows my example. Would never do that.
Because I'm assuming there's some lying going on when it comes to job interviews. Anyway, let's move to the next question.
Sure.
You once admitted that a lot of your academic success, you achieved and you were in a bit of a fog. How do you think you made it through those days?
I admitted that. No, it's just a fact. You know, I guess I was lucky. I went into psychology, not by chance, right? When you come from nonsense, I was raised in a place that didn't make any sense. So you're looking for sense. And when you start reading a psychology textbook, it tries to explain to you how people think, how the world works. And that's a mind-blowing experience, right?
Sure.
So I was lucky. I studied psychology and then neuroscience. In some of those years, I was in pretty bad shape, but people were extremely patient with me. My thesis supervisor was extremely patient with me. My colleagues were patient with me. My family was patient with me, everybody. And I got through. I'm very lucky. And then got a teaching position, found some meaning through teaching, and suddenly started to feel better. And the last 10 years have been completely surreal. I was a professor of psychology, which is a job that I enjoy. Took a leadership role as chair of psychology, and for 10 years, people just keep calling me to offer me bigger jobs, so I take them.
Very good. Can you describe the job that you do now at Carleton University as president, since you took it?
Like what a day feels like?
Yeah.
Well, I wake up at 4. I work from 4 to 6. I prepare my day. Then I work out till about 7:30. Have a bit of a breakfast, and then start the day with a touch base with my team. And well, these days it's Zoom meeting all the way through, but you know, it's very difficult to describe.
Yeah.
There's lots of decisions. It's $500 million a year operation, about 5,000 employees, 32,000 students, and lots of contacts around the world. So it's challenging. There's always something new.
It sounds it. You get some sleep in there somewhere too, right?
Well, 8:30 to 4 every day.
Okay, good. 8:30 to 4 every
yeah,
day.
nothing
Okay.
good happens after that.
No, it doesn't. I know. Well, we want to thank you so much for being brave enough to share your story with us, share it with the world, basically, because it's out there. And congratulations on this Inspiration Award. You truly do deserve it. And your students at Carleton University are lucky to have you as president.
Thank you so much,
again,
Rick. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Yeah, for sure. To all 5 of you here with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, what a night. I feel so incredibly honored to have shared the stage this evening with our brave and inspiring award recipients. This will not be a night many of us will forget. Now, before we sign off tonight, our final act is to give away some prizes. What the heck? We've been talking about it all night long, so let's do it. The winner of tonight's door prize, sponsored by Morneau Chappelle, is Jerry Tomberlin. Congratulations, Jerry. You are the winner of a dinner prize pack, which includes gift cards from all of the local restaurants supported here tonight. That is amazing. And now that they're all open again, you can go out and dine. It's great. Now it's time to announce the winner of the Royals 50/50, sponsored by Tech Insights, taking home a grand prize of, I got to get a little closer to this. Really? That's amazing. Okay, I'll get back here now. $16,625. Congratulations to you. And you are this ticket number. It's a 7-digit, I gotta get, my eyes are terrible. 1092-178. Repeat, okay, 109-2178. Congratulations, you've just won 16,000 and change right there. And congratulations to all our lucky ticket holders. Thank you for all your support. We appreciate that. With that, it's time to close out the 2021 Inspiration Awards. Can we not stay a little longer? It's virtual, kinda. Thank you for joining us this evening. You made a huge difference in the lives of so many who are helped by the Royal. Congratulations again to all our award recipients. Your stories will continue to inspire many long after tonight. I really mean that. For those of you that would like to continue chatting with those at your table or visiting with other guests, our platform will remain open for another 30 minutes, thanks to our post-event networking sponsor, Acora Village. And as we sign off this evening, please take a minute to watch a special video from the Royal staff. Thanks for being a part of this. Enjoy and have a great night.
Because of the kindness of sponsors like you,
we've been able to purchase vital equipment like pressure-relieving mattresses and wheelchair cushions.
Nous pouvons fournir des ressources, des activités et des thérapies à nos patients qui ne sont pas financés par le gouvernement.
We are able to purchase valuable equipment that increases the care we're able to offer to our patients.
Because of the generosity of sponsors like you,
we are able to go above and beyond to purchase computers and help with academic registration fees.
Research scientists such as myself are able to conduct hopefully groundbreaking research that is making strides in developing new and innovative treatments for those with mental illness.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your extraordinary leadership.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your extraordinary leadership.